So let's continue with 12, 13, 14 and 15, what seems to be the frame finished. Here you can choose one of 3 different types to adjust the height of your pulling truck. I will do the medium and can change later if that's not okay. So frame finished, not a big deal. Simply screwing here and here. You have to screw a non-pointed screw or screws into plastic here and here and here. And here I found it super helpful to have a 1.2 millimeter thread making tool, and to start with this, what made it much easier. And this spring I lost it. That's quite a take care. And here is a tiny shim, and I searched quite a lot for this shim and finally found this shim is on this part here. You see number 7. So no shims, but those metal parts, and you have to take out your shims. Let's go on. In step 16, Orlandoo wants us to mount already all the LED lights into the LED mounts and glue them to the trailer body from inside. But I won't make this now. I don't know. In nearly all manuals, Orlandoo wants us to install the LEDs already way before the model is finished. So I will do this after the whole trailer is finished and do the LED mounting. And in steps 17, 18, 19, those are the panels out of metal. Let's do this. We have to bend them. 20, further panel. And in 21, install some roof closures and again LEDs for those 2 lights, front and rear. So I will do this, but not the LEDs. I will do all LEDs after finishing the build of the trailer. So this was not super difficult. Bending the metal, okay, not super easy. I used toothpicks as guides for the LED openings and mounted 2 of those or 3 of those roof closures. Looks quite nice. And here are those 2 LED light holder, which should be mounted here in front and here on the rear side. I did make them, but not the clear glass cap. Chrome inside, but I will mount all the LEDs in the end. I don't see any use in mounting the LEDs now and then having all the wires here. I will show this to you in the end of the video. So that's now more a static model build. Let's go on with the static model build now. Step 24. They want us to mount already the light controller. I will not do this now. I will mount and install the light controller in the end with the LEDs, and to bend those dark black panels 25 and 26, and then to mount all the black panels, to glue them to the body left and right 27 and 28, to mount all the light lenses and the windows. So let's do this.
So here it is. Bending those black panels here and also here was not as easy as bending the light panels. To glue those all, that's quite nice. Here you have a window and inside a net. And then mounting the lights or the light lenses. I painted all the positions of the light lenses, the black plastic inside, with chrome. Looks much better. And some of those were really nasty. Mainly those one here. Get 3-part trees of lenses with exactly the same lenses. So we have all lenses in orange, red and white. And we got some spares. So we got 5 of those and I lost 2. I did already want to make a custom one after hours. I found one of the lost ones again. I searched a lot but didn't find them. And unfortunately, we get only 2 white ones of those front lenses. You see, I mounted a yellow or orange one here because I lost it and did not yet find it. So some of those are really nasty to mount. And then there are some super tiny pieces like those ones. They come on this aluminum part 3. The manual is super tiny and doesn't show in detail in which position to mount those. Those are to snap to close the windows. However, this was not super easy, mainly because of the lenses. Here I recommend to sand the lenses, the rear part, to make kind of triangle to get those in. This was super hard. And this, I did not glue those parts yet where the light controller should be mounted, so I'm able to take it out. It's only press fit now when I will mount the LEDs in the end. Now it looks like a trailer body. So let's continue.
Next are those tiny stairs or steps.
Super nice. Wow. But a pain to build.
And the mud flaps and mud flap holders.
For the mud flaps, I use this Toolcraft Rapid 100, which glues silicone, because most normal CAs glues, plastic glues, shoe glue, will not glue this silicone rubber well. From Conrad, conrad.at.de.com, this super cheap CA glues this silicone stuff.
And those handles or bumpers on the frame.
So that's this part.
And finally, let's finish the trailer.
So finally here it is. Trailer build finished. Those steps are really nice. This stand, again, quite a pain to build. There's a spring inside and I lost this tiny part here. And I searched, found it the other day. I changed the connector here to the one with the lower position, which matches better to my pulling truck. Those stands, they are only press fit, so guess parking position. There's no place for those to store them. Maybe here. And I did not yet connect the body to the frame because the LEDs are still missing, as you know. And I also didn't glue those so far, so I can take them out. And some words after finishing the trailer to glues. I used simple paper, we call it pastel glue, for the panels initially, but those did not hold at all. The next day they came off. And also the Tamiya glues, for example, for those red bumpers, those didn't hold at all with the Tamiya ABS glue and the Tamiya cements. So this black plastic is super difficult and hard to glue. Also it was with the windows. That's a kind of plastic as we know it from, for example, WPL interiors. Nearly no glue sticks, so I highly recommend to test some glues before you start the build. For the panels then I thought of using epoxy. I didn't want to use CA or super glue because it bonds super fast and you have to of course arrange the panels. I finally used T7000, what I also will use for mounting the LEDs. It's not super permanent, but it sticks. Maybe 2-component epoxy which cures in 30 minutes would be good for those two. But I was quite surprised, mostly surprised about those here, that the Tamiya ABS and Tamiya cement were not able to bond those. So next day I could simply take them out again, and here I used super glue, this super glue which also glues silicone. So quite a nice build, but really not easy, not easy. And now we have to mount a ton of LEDs.